Alright, here we are on this wet, shitty Friday. It's Friday. It's Fun Day Friday. Actually, it's Fun Day Friday. How am I going to say this? It's Friday morning fun day. So the car, the Custom, which is sitting right here, is going to be going back into the body shop for noon. So before it goes in the body shop, I am attempting to get all the new brakes on the front. There we go. New wheel cylinders, new brake shoes, spring kit, new hoses. As I said, I've already put the new master cylinder, which I bench bled. It is right there. If you're looking carefully, you'll see it. There's the master cylinder. So I'm going to get that on. All the wheel bearings, the drums have been machined. I've had the drums machined, painted. So I'm going to get all the wheel bearings packed on this side now, get it together, then go on to the next side. And then I've got the steel brake lines. They're all cleaned up. I'll plumb the brake lines from the master to the front brakes right now. Then I can drop it down on the ground. By that time, it'll be getting near lunchtime. And then we can get it into the shop there for Sean to work on it. And I got this one steering link, brand new, everything. This is for the driver's side. Once I get the car in there, I am going to go search for the one for the passenger side. Because if I bought that one, I bought the other one, and I know I bought it. Because you know how I know I bought it? Because granted, I said I was going to do this car, and it was 4 years ago, and I said, give me 2 years and I'll have it done. Well, shit happens in life. I didn't get it done in 2 years. Here we are 4 years later. But the one thing I never did stop doing was buying parts and having pieces chrome for this car. So I've got shit all over the place for this car. So the nice thing is that, yeah, maybe I got started on the car and I stopped, but I kept spending and spending and spending money on buying shit for the car, which has kept the ball rolling really, because now that I'm working on the car, I got everything in here I need, except for a couple things here and there, right? So it's all good. So that's a nice thing. So I do know I have that part somewhere. I'll be picking up the steering column for this car next week. The box has all been gone through. Take it out to Langley, out to a place, I forget the name of it. They're on Telegraph Trail out there. Anyway, they went through the whole steering box, so like, it's done. This car's going to be done for rolling in the front. So anyway, we'll continue with the brakes. That's all you're seeing this week is brakes getting done. But we're getting there. So I'm going to get the pliers out here next. Remember I said yesterday or the day before, whenever you're watching it on the 54 Ford, always bend these over. Smaller shoe goes to the front, bigger shoe to the back. A little bit of anti-seize where they rub, where it joins. See, because it's metal on metal, a little bit on there. Doesn't hurt. That's it. Then we'll clean off this old grease here and we'll repack this side and get her all put back together. And then the front brakes are done. Alright. Okay, well, there we have it. Brakes are all on the front. New shoes, new wheel cylinders, new spring kit, new hoses, all that. God, even down to the horseshoe clips are new, holding the brake hoses on. That's all done. Wheel bearings are packed in and out, put back in place. Everything's good there. Got the new inner and outer tie rod on this side on with the sleeve. That's all new. Now I'm going to lower this car down off the stands. We're going to push it into Sean so he can get started here on it. And while he's doing that, like I say, I'm going to look for this other steering link. That's my goal today, is to find that and get it on. I've also got the shocks I can put in today. And then after that, it's start running the brake lines onto the front. So that's what's going on. So right now, we got to get the Blazer out of there. And obviously moved over into here. And this car pushed into there. She's coming along good. The old Custom Chevy. It's looking excellent. Excellent, excellent. You can see where Sean had began the bodywork. Very minimal. This is just a skim coat on everything. None of the lead. We didn't take none of the lead out. Nothing. This is a skim coat to get out the wrinkles that are here and there. And I got to get these tail lights out because it's the only thing I didn't chrome. And you know, I really think I'm going to chrome them. You can see there, and really, if you polish them up, like here, let's look. If I polish that up, it's got a nice shine to it. But do you see all the little pit marks? And everything else is new. The bumper's new, the guards are new, all the chrome down here has been replated. I mean, I know this is going to bother me if I don't do it. But I also know these are going to be like, whew, these are probably going to be close to like $1,500 to $2,000 to do them. But I think they need to be done. We'll see. We'll see where we're at. Okay, let's keep the ball rolling and get this sucker on the ground. Okay, let's check on. Here we go. We got the car in the shop. We got the back end up in the air. Sean worked a little bit more of his magic here, as you can see. This is just a very light skim coat. You can see how the black is shining through. Very light. Back in the day they did the lead work, they probably would have primered and blocked and primered and blocked. Today we just give it a light skim, saves on time, prime it, block it, we're out the door, we're done. Everything is looking good on this old girl. So, Sean's done for what he's doing for now. I got the tail lights out of there. So he's doing excellent. What I'm going to do now is get the front up in the air, and I'm going to run all the brake lines on it. And then I'm probably going to finish stripping all the shit off the firewall. The hood will be coming off, don't worry. I just left it on for now. Storage is an issue around here. I got so many cars apart that I got to leave parts, you know, got to leave some stuff on. Sean's main goal right now is to get the roof and the quarters and the trunk done. The doors have got a couple little pimples in them. You can see right here in the corner. So I'm going to grind those down during the week, this week during work hours, and cut that out of there and weld some pieces in. And then the doors, of course, will come off too. The reason the doors will come off, let's get around here and show you on the other side if we can. Back in the day when they were, well, I can't show you because the door handle's on the other side. Anyway, back in the day where they were painting these cars and doing it, they weren't pulling doors and trunk lid and all that kind of shit off. That's just the way it was. You know, the outside was a concern, and I'll show you why. Like, they would scuff and spray this, but you can see how the paint's just flaking off? Look in here. See, it's just kind of flaking away, and this is actually a rubber. That's a rubber seal. Look at this. So I bought all these new. But we're going to take the doors off because this should be painted properly, you know what I'm saying? It should just be nicely painted in there. So we're going to pull the doors. And, you know, even stuff like this, even though you don't see it's behind the door panels, we'll just knock that heavy shit off. I'm not going to paint here. I'm just going to leave it alone. It's part of its history. Door panel covers it. But I will knock this scaly shit off that's falling off because you don't want that falling down out, you know, when you open the door up and that. And we're still going to dynamite the hell out of it in here. We got to get the dash gutted. Like I say today, we're going to repaint the dash. This was the last green it was that Bruce Metcalf had done. He had done the Corvette green. He had changed the color and he had changed the interior. You know, it was his car now, so he wanted to put his taste on it. And, you know, that was what was in then. So that's pretty cool. You know, if only you could have this car with all three versions. If only you could have it, the first version in the deep purple, then the coppery gold, and then if you go to the green, it would sure be cool. Sure be cool to have enough money to build three of these, but, you know, you've only got one, and this is the original. So anyway, I'm gonna get up in the air, run the brake lines. Like I say, I got all the front brakes in. You guys saw that. Rear brakes are all together on it, so I'm gonna get the drums on there, get everything plumbed in there, and away we go. Away we go. Or wait a minute. No, I don't think the rear brakes are in it. I think I just ran the rear brake hose. Anyway, that's our plan here for today. So let's get her done. All right, so we got her up in the air here. I managed to get, just like I say, I'm going through the brake lines that I had laying here. So I got the one figured out. I don't know if you can see it down there. There it is there. Comes across the cross member. Goes onto a T. I'm not going to crawl under here to show you. Goes onto a T that's roughly here in the frame. Comes up, fill the arc, and goes into our brake hose. So we got that on. Got our new wheel cylinders on there. Got our brake lines across the diff. You can see them in there. Got all those on. Got our new brake shoes here. Got our new spring kit, brake spring kit here too. So I just got two more lines to put on. These two here, they go to the front. And then we're laughing. Then we'll get the rear brakes on it. And then it's time to bleed the brakes. The old girl's got brakes again. You know, you get these cars ripped apart and there's nothing to them, and then, you know, it's nice. It's always nice to see them come back together, because when they're ripped apart, you're like, oh my God, what have I done? But we're getting there. I'm also looking, you know, oh God, the push is on. The car's got to be at the car show at the end of August, and there's so much I want to do to this car, but I can't get it all done. I just can't. There's not enough time between the business and my own cars and my personal life and money. I just can't get it all done. But I'm looking here, and I'm looking at these vent windows now. And I see, you know, Jack had chopped these down and done these. They're beautiful. I don't even know where he's done them, but I'm looking at it, and I'm like, it just, you know, I can have all this new chrome on there, and now look at the vent windows. I'm leaving the front and rear window in it, like I've said every time on a video. I'm not touching those. But I look at this, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have a car freshly painted with all new chrome and those on there? So now it's like, oh, when does it end? When does it end? But You know, even the seals need replacing. But this is something I could do later after it's painted. I got to tackle, I got to tackle this one part at a time. The most important part is to get the running gear all new, running and driving. That is the most important part of a vehicle. I don't give a shit what anyone says. The paint and the chrome don't mean fuck all if the vehicle doesn't run good and can't drive and can't stop and go. So I want to make sure all the mechanical on this car is absolutely brand new. Then we'll go with the body work. And then, you know what, if I don't get it done, we put it in primer and take it there. But I will get it painted. It's just I'm starting to see little things that now I want to do. There's more and more I want to do all the time. But you got to call it quits when you got to call it quits. And like I say, I'm going to have it there at that show, and it will be 70% done. That's all it'll be. It'll never be 100%. It'll be 70%. But that's still better than nothing. So Carried Away's coming along. Terry's going to love it. We had talked about this, and he said, Rick, he said, I left the car with you. He goes, because I know you won't be the guy to change it or alter it. He goes, everyone in my past that he told me, he said, always wanted to change the car. Not really the look, but they wanted to just do things to it. Oh, you should put air conditioning in it, and you should do this. And Terry said, that's not what this car is. That's not what it's about. Terry said, you do it, Rick. And I said, I'll take care of it for you, Terry. I'll take care of it, and I'll make you proud. And that's what the plan is here. But it's just an honor to work on this car. I just love this car, and it's just an honor. And that's the biggest thing that means the world to me right there, is that it was Old Time Garage that resurrected this car to a certain point. Well, let's get the rest of the brakes on this bad boy, because she wants to run. She wants to run. She wants to drive again. Let's get her going. Okay, there we go. We got the all the new spring hardware kit on, the new brakes in there. Cleaned up all the adjusters and made sure they're working properly. So there we go. We got the brake drums right here. They've all been machined, checked out, so they're ready to go on. Then I can adjust all the brakes up. So I'll adjust them up. I won't get too carried away. I'll just adjust them up slightly for now. Then I'm going to bleed the brakes, and we'll have brakes. Actually, before I can get that far with it, I do have to hook the brake pedal. I'm going to have to hook the brake pedal needs a bolt onto the master cylinder. Put that back on. There we go. This is all the wiring off the steering column here for the signals. Tie that up. There's our master cylinder under the floor, right there. So, got to get this all cleaned up inside still and get her dynamatted. That'll be good. Yeah, that's good. I'm happy about that. I got all the brake lines on. All the brake lines are fastened down, tightened up. So that's excellent. So that's good progress for this week, for only actually spending, I don't know, a couple days on it. I'm still going to work your way on it. Wouldn't mind doing a little work to my Model A today too. But how beautiful that frame looks. Doesn't that look nice, all cleaned up and painted? God, it's gorgeous. Didn't do it show quality. Got the frame blasted by Fraser Valley Blasting. The boys over there gave me a good deal. You know, replaced everything that was needed. But, you know, some people, if they're building like a show car to today's standards, they would grind any existing welds down and they'd smooth everything and they'd body work it and they'd paint it. Not what this is about. This is blasted, painted, looks beautiful, nice and clean. Someone can look underneath there and it's absolutely just looks nice. Nice and clean. That's what you want. So, got to get some of this old undercoating off here. Got to chunk away a lot of this, because the firewall is going body color. So I want to get that off of there. Looking excellent. Okay, well that's it for the old Chevy for today. Brake lines are on, all the brakes are done, front, rear, everything new. Brakes are bled, set up, pedals on. That's it, she has brakes. She's done. She's got brakes. That's good for today. So what I'm going to move on to is, I know I showed you this, but I'll show you one more time. Just because someone just messaged me and said, Rick, I've never seen anyone paint a Model A. Think about painting the car Model A all Wimbledon white. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm not painting my car all Wimbledon white. You're lost. You gotta. I'm painting. We just painted the firewall only. It's kind of trapped in here. The firewall only is in Wimbledon white. The rest is going to blue. And my body's all finished off in 600. It's pretty much ready for paint. Just got to run over it one more time to make sure. I'll show you how it's going to look with the firewall. Lock this down as we go in. Oh boy. Get into this other shop now. Get into some more action here for the night. There's my lovely frame all covered up. So what I'm going to do on that now is I'm going to, I had my drums machined. I'm going to clean them up now and get them ready to paint. So I'm going to get that done. I'm also going to put, I got all my brake line clips came in to hold my brake lines. I'll show you them right now. So here's what it's going to look like. The car is going dark blue. The firewall's white. There's the contrast. There's the Wimbledon white up against the blue. That's the only two places that are going to be white, is this piece of the dash and the firewall. Now, there's some chrome for it there. I got chrome bits. Got my clamps. These are my little clamps. There we are. They're going to hold my 3/16 brake lines. They even came with the little screws, which is nice. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to put that together. I'm going to put the clamps all on the lines, and then I can go ahead and bleed the brakes on the Model A frame. So that's what I'm doing. Looks like I'm a brake man again today. So anyway, hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'm not going to bother to show you putting some clamps on. What the hell? It's why would I show you that? I want to thank a fella I know. He's going to be doing the patch up on the roof of the car. Anyway, Ron Fast out there. He gave me this the other day. Everyone knows how I like to collect things and hang things up. And it's empty, of course, but what else would it be? RCMP, right? Police car. Buy hazard kit. Cool. I love stuff like this. I love hanging stuff like this up all around. Put it inside the shop, put it outside the shop. I love it. You know why I love it? Because that's a case, and I can hide stuff in it. So I can hang it on the wall. No one will think there's anything in it. When I got a car part and I think, do I want to keep this thing or not? I just shove it in there and forget all about it. And then, of course, one day, when one day comes, I'll either remember it's in there or I won't. Who knows? Anyway, hey, it's always a good time and old time. Thanks for watching. See you next time.